Because I usually forget to record everything, but not tonight. Tonight I've got it down. Tonight I'm really excited because I want to thank you all for being here. It's really great to see us as a group again. Um, and today is all about connection. It's about clarity, and it's about strengthening our momentum as we move deeper into your leadership preparation year. As your group leader, it's an honor for me to be on this journey with you, and I promise we'll keep this session productive, supportive, and maybe even a little fun. We're going to go to our PowerPoint and we're going to get started. So bear with me a second. Could you all mute yourselves, please? Great, thank you. We've not been around for a while, so let's reintroduce ourselves to each other. Let's take no more than 30 seconds. Let us know your name, your district, how many years you've been a Lion, and a fun fact about yourself. Now, maybe you're somebody that has a couple of llamas, or maybe you've made your own kombucha, but fun facts can be anywhere across the board. And so I will call you out so that you don't have to wait to be picked. And we're going to get started with Joel. Joel, I'm sorry.
My name is Joel Edwards. I'm in District 40, New Mexico. I've been in Lions for 11 years. I just got back from a hunting trip, got my deer, so I've been processing it all day.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Randy.
Okay, Lion Randy Broughton. I'm in District 5 SKN. I've been in Lions for 26 years, and fun fact, I guess I've been retired now for 13 years.
Wow. That's pretty cool. You retired awfully early, didn't you?
I figured 60 was a good time to get out.
And now you're going to be a district governor. That's great.
Yeah, I made the mistake of telling people I was retired.
Terry, how about you next?
Well, my name's Terry Rubal, and I'm First Vice District Governor for District 46, which is a single district, Nevada. We've got about 50 clubs, 6 of which are in California. And I've been a Lion for about 23 years. And fun fact, I got a new hip 3 weeks ago.
Very good. So now you're back to playing softball?
That's next week.
Lion Danielle. I was waiting for you to drink
Take a
first, you
drink.
know?
Okay, so my name is Danielle Hamlin. I'm from District MDC2 in Canada, so in the province of Alberta. And years in Lions, about 8 years in Lions. And a fun fact about me is I ride a motorcycle and I like to go trap shooting.
Cool. How about Cedric next?
Good afternoon. I'm Cedric from District 50, Hawaii. Been in Lions 20 plus years. Fun fact for myself, I enjoy going to um, places like Reno and Truckee, where my wife grew up, and I enjoy buying yarn at Jimmy Bean's in Reno.
What do you do with the yarn?
I donate the yarn to one of our club branches that they're called Chit Chat and Crafts, and they're trying to develop a yarn relate or knitting related club, and I would have thought that it's going to be able to blossom based on the I guess the specialty group. But the individuals that I'm donating from are fixed income individuals in a senior center. So we're trying to see how we can I guess grow that facet, that specialty area in Hawaii.
That is great. That is great. Thank you for sharing that with us. Kathy's iPad. You need to unmute yourself.
How about that?
There you go.
Kathy Heitman, I'm from District 38L, western half of Nebraska. I've been in Lions 30 plus years. Fun fact is, as I said last time, we own a bar and I'm a barmaid.
Very good. So when we have to do the virtual drinks, you'll be behind the virtual bar?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
I'll take care of you.
Oh, good, good. Amy.
Hi, I'm Amy Baumgartner. I am from District 15, which is Wyoming. From Torrington Lions Club. Fun fact about me is I love to go paddleboarding, and I took my first ever flight in August.
Cool. Rose.
Yes, my name is Rose Rodriguez, District 482. Been in Lions for 23 years. I don't know about a fun fact for me. I just like to do everything. I used to
Well,
do
that's kind of a
sports.
fun fact.
I used to do sports. I used to do a lot of dancing. I still do some dancing. So I guess you could say that. Fun fact, dancing.
Good. So now we have a barmaid and an
We have a
entertainment
dancer.
director. And that brings us to Carl.
I'm Carl Steiner, District 4C2, living in Sausalito, California. Been in Lions. I'm actually coming up on my 37-year anniversary. I started in a small town of Carlinville, Illinois. So I got 13 years of Lions in Illinois, and then the rest of it here in California. Fun fact is I grew up on a dairy farm, and I graduated to University of Illinois, the last class that has a actual dairy science degree on their diploma. After that, they made them all animal science.
Dairy science to animal science.
So
I kind of think I'd like the DS. Steve Johnson.
Steve Johnson, 38I, which is central Nebraska. I've been in Lions for 15 years. Fun fact, I worked for the University of Nebraska for 32 years. Found a job where I could work from home. So I moved my home next to a lake, and so now I live in a lake in central Nebraska.
Neat.
Cool.
Thomas.
Hello, everyone. My name is Thomas Verghese. I am from District C1, multiple District C, the other half of Danielle. Here we are on the north side, and Danielle's district is the south side, south of Red Deer. So I've been Lions since 2016, so coming to 9+ years now. Fun fact about me, there is nothing fun about me. I love work. That is the fun fact about me. Thank you.
Well, some people find that fun. And so if that's where you find your fun, more power to you, because we all have to work. VDG Dave.
Hi, I'm Lion Dave Kaplow, and my district is 4C6, which is part of Northern California that includes Silicon Valley all the way down to kind of Monterey, Carmel, and King City, and then a little bit east into Hollister. And I've been a Lion for 6 years. Fun fact about me is I know how to operate power tools because I built a couple of houses.
I'm not sure what to do with that information.
Yeah, you could ask me over to help you remodel something.
There you go. Thank you. Cindy.
Hi, I'm Cindy Fickett. I'm from District N, 19N, and that's in Washington, Longview. And a fun fact for me is I like to decorate inside and out for the holidays. I like it so much that I had to get a storage unit to put my decorations in.
So we're going to see a lot of lights behind you, right?
You could.
Roxanne.
Roxanne.
Hi, Roxanne Chandler from 38N, that's Eastern Nebraska. Been a Lion for 7 years, and my fun fact is you never know what color my hair is going to be.
Well, you know, you're going to have to share your hair color with us by sharing your video.
If my camera worked, I would.
So we should all guess what color it is today?
It's copper.
I never would have guessed.
I wouldn't either.
That's a unique color. Thank you.
We can't see her though.
You know, there's something called fate, and I have faith that she's telling me the truth.
Kathy,
She
you've
is.
seen it, you know.
She is. Definitely. It may be purple tomorrow.
No, yeah, might be. It was orange, but that didn't go with our suits, so I had to change it.
On that note, Lion Jimmy.
Speaking of orange, huh?
Yeah.
The redhead. I'm Lion Jimmy Ness. I'm from District 4C4, California, San Francisco. Years in Lions, coming up on my 11th year. And the fun fact is I am terrified to talk in large groups.
No way.
That's just a joke.
Okay.
See if you catch on.
We are very, very fortunate to have a couple of guests with us this evening. And one of them is a sitting international director,
Liz
Crook. And I'd like her to just say a little bit about herself. And she's going to sit in and watch what we do tonight.
Thank you, Mark. It's a pleasure to be with you guys this evening. And it's so good to see so many familiar faces. For sure, all of you in California, but Kathy, great to see you. Cedric, great to see you. This is a great group, I have to say. I'm from District 4C6 in multiple District 4 California, first year director. The learning curve is like this. And I'm still learning, but it's an amazing, amazing experience. And I have to say, we just got back from a board meeting in India, and it has really instilled in my heart what an international organization we are. And we feel that way even when we're traveling through the United States, but spend a good amount of time in another country and get to know those Lions and what they're doing, and it will bring this organization even closer to your heart. It's a pretty amazing opportunity that we have. Thank you, Mark, for letting me join you this evening.
Thank you, and you're welcome anytime. And that brings us to Marianne.
Thank you. I thought you forgot about me.
No, I'm going in line.
Okay, I'm Marianne Allen, District 404 in Southern California. Been a Lion for over 33 years, and a fun fact is I'm a legacy Lion, and I also have a brother that's in Lions as well, and my dad was a district governor back in the 50s.
And her legacy brother is in my club. But he'd probably call it his club. Lion Myrna.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Myrna Silas from District 4L6, which is in San Diego, California. I'm been in the Lions for 20 years. Fun fact about me, I like to travel and I love gardening too. Thank you.
Cool, that's interesting. I didn't know you gardened. Jacob.
Hi, everybody. I am Lion Jake Throwkill. I have been in the Lions Club for about 10 years. I'm from District 5NW, which is the western half of North Dakota. And my fun facts are, it is my boy's 6-month birthday, I guess if you would call that, today. It's my wife and I's first kid, so we are very busy learning all the things. And my other piece of that too is, I should see if my wife's listening or not, I'm gonna be friends with Lion Danielle because I have 9 motorcycles and coach trap. So I'll be good.
There we go. We found out something about each other. A connection. Lion Janie. How about you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are.
Okay, I'm Jenny Huang. I'm from D4L2. My 9 year is 11 years. And my fun thing is play with my grandson.
Oh, that's neat. Well, thank you for sharing. Michelle.
Hi. It took me a minute to get connected. I mean, I could hear you all. I've been here since 10 to 6. So sorry. I'm Lion Michelle. I'm from Cedar City, Utah. I've been in for 23 years. I've been a Lion and really have done local leadership. So this has kind of been my first foray into the district. So, and I'm a real estate appraiser and I'm pretty busy with my family.
Oh, cool. Very nice. Lion Jeff.
Okay, I'm gonna turn my camera on. You're gonna see why I couldn't. Why I have my own lion with me.
There you go.
He thinks he has to be on me like this, so I'm gonna turn my video off. I'm Lion Jeff Jensen. I am in District 38O, which is Northeast Nebraska. I've been a Lion for almost 5 years now, and I'm going to give you guys 2 fun facts because I want to share something that isn't. This first fact is on Wednesday of last week, I was declared cancer-free by my doctor, so I'm very ecstatic about that.
We're
but
ecstatic for you.
Fun fact would be that I am, and this is something not very many people know. So this is a big share, and because even my kids don't know this about me, and that is that I'm a veteran, but one of my trainings was I'm a certified sniper. So that's 8 weeks of doing nothing but learning how to track people through the back countries and look at them through a scope and shoot them. So you have to be able to shoot somebody in the head at 900 meters with a scope, and it's very difficult. So, but I did pass through that training school. That was 20 plus years ago, though. So,
Well, I think I want to thank you for sharing, but I think the jury's out on that for a little bit.
I promise to be good, Jeff Jensen.
Yeah, I promise not to piss you off.
that's as all my other vice governors from Nebraska will tell you, I'm a pussycat. That's why it didn't stick. It didn't stick. I was just a really, really good shot. And so they moved me forward into that because I'm a really, really good shot. Don't pick up a rifle hardly ever. And as my one son will tell you, when I do, I am still a crack shot. So
on that note, we're going to go to our final guest for this evening. We are fortunate to have with us PDG Manny Sanchez, who is the group leader, and correct me if I'm wrong, number 27?
Yep, number 27.
And they were the group that we met with last month, and we'll meet again with them in the future. So Manny, why don't you share a little bit about yourself with us?
All right, Manny Sanchez from California, the Los Angeles area. Raised in Long Beach, California. Great place to grow up in. And I've been a Lion for 15 years. Had a lot of fun. And so a fun fact is, professionally, I am a television professional. By trade, I'm an engineer, but during my internship, I did many of the, in fact, all the positions. And as a cameraman, I had the pleasure of working with our local law enforcement, and when they had to have videotaping, especially when they're doing simulated rescues, guess who they threw on the little rescue litter, they call it, as they're winching it out the door and putting it back in and winching it out. So I was the camera person and the victim and the whatever you call it. So had a lot of fun doing that.
Well, thank you for sharing. That sort of sounds like fun. But what we're going to do next, folks, and give me a moment to get my screen back. There we go. Why are we here tonight? Today's session has three main objectives. We want to strengthen our group's sense of community. We want to check in on our progress, especially phase one. And we want to support your district's goal development as leaders as you prepare your district goals for July. And so think of this as a checkpoint, and this is not a test. Today is about building forward momentum together. So let's see how we've done so far. I think we have hit it out of the park. 25 of our 26 group members completed the phase one by November 1st.
Cool.
We need to make sure that we have a timely completion, because when we have a timely completion, it sets up us as individuals for success, and it sets up the team for success. And so phase one was all about setting the foundation. And so we looked at the district strategic plan workbook. We talked about goal setting, and we learned about SWOT analysis. These are the basic tools that you'll use as a DGE, because you're going to be tasked with coming up with district goals. And hopefully you will do a version of a SWOT analysis to help us do that. I'd like to take a moment to think about those three courses And I'd like to get the feel from some of you. For example, what theme from these assignments stuck with you the most?
Hello.
Hello, Marianne? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's hard for me to see. So if you could use the little hand gesture.
Okay, all right. I think for me that the biggest thing was the leadership, because to me it's like we're taking all of this to build our leadership skills in order to be able to reach out to our districts, to our clubs, to develop these goals as a group, not just a small little entity of us, but the whole group to sit in together and to work together to develop the district goals as a whole.
Good. Anyone else? Leadership was a good theme because it's what you're going to be called to do as a governor. Did anything challenge your perspective from those 3 courses?
Sure.
How? It's funny. I teach classes online, and it's always wonderful to get one-word answers. And it's great because they expect me to fill in the blanks, and sometimes I don't really know what those blanks are. And so it's dangerous for me to fill them in. Carl.
Well, I think one of the things that really stuck out with me, and I was going back to figuring out which class I was looking at. Seems like I've been through so many of them here recently, and which ones pertain to which. But it is the trying to get to work together. Relying on the GAT team, relying on the people that we put in place, and understanding that I can sort of direct them, but I got to let them do their thing and try not to do it all myself.
You brought up so many good points. I want to highlight a couple. One is not doing everything yourself. As a district governor, you actually become a leader of leaders. And your role is to develop people to become better leaders. That doesn't necessarily mean you're developing people to become district governors. Remember, leadership happens at the club level. It happens when you're a committee chair, a project chair. That's all leadership. And so don't expect that you have to do everything as a district governor. That's why you have the big T, and that's the team. And that team that Carl told us about was GAT, the Global Action Team. And they should be your best friend as a governor because they reach into each one of our pillars and help us meet our goals for the year. How many of you plan to do a SWOT analysis? Randy, Michelle, Marianne, Steve, did you have your hand up? Roxanne, Carl, very good. Have you done them before?
Nope.
So this is your first time doing a SWOT?
Yes, I tried to get one started last year, and again, didn't find the people to help me out like I have this year.
Joel?
Lion Mark, we've done some SWOT analysis for the district a couple of times.
and we've done them through the club too. It is a good tool to use when you're trying to figure out what you need to do as far as retaining people, getting people interested in the district, things like that. There's a lot of things we're going into. Well, we went into one district this year. So I've done a SWOT analysis, trying to figure out where we're at with that and everything. And it's kind of hard in the district part of it when it's your first year to figure out a SWOT analysis on what you need to do.
And that's what we're here to help you with. If you have questions about the SWOT, we can help guide you along the way. One of the things I want to point out, Marianne, when you do a SWOT in your district, this will be the 5th year in a row.
Yes, it will be.
They started off and they did it in a really unique kind of way. They went through the rosters of each club. And then they identified 5 to 7 people from each club that they wanted to invite to the SWOT. And so they ended up with a list of about 175 people, knowing that they're going to get somewhere between 30 and 50. And that year, they ended up with about 50. And what they did was they sent each one of those individuals a personal email and said, we need your expertise at the district level. We need your help. Will you help us by coming to this event? And that's how they got people to come to their initial SWOT. And then it's from there, it's just been growing each year. What are you guys curious to explore next? Terry, am I ignoring you? Because you have your hand up. Okay. Mary Ann, I know I'm not going to ignore you.
Okay. I think more along the lines of the different trainings that we can offer from the club on up. I'm working right now in training our zones because we have a couple of new zones this year. So I'm working with them on their meetings and so forth. And I really want to explore further about how much more training we can do to develop our future leaders, because that's one of the things that I'm concerned with is a succession plan. I don't believe that we have one in place yet, and we really need to do that because it's getting more and more difficult to find people to run for these offices. And so it's particularly, and it's hard to get zone chairs, to be very honest. You really have to go in and really just ask just about, I think I asked almost 20 people before I came up with my 4 zones. So just a thought that maybe the training to develop a succession plan, those are the type of things that I want to explore further.
Okay. Anyone else? Yes, Joe.
Line Mark, she touched on something about not getting people to volunteer for the district part of it. I've been in the district, like I say, we just went to a single district. So this is my 4th year into the district part of it from zone chair on up. And the problem that I'm seeing with the new generation and stuff like that that's coming up is it costs money to be a volunteer. I guess is the only way to put it, because from the time I was zone chair to now, I spend a lot of money going to these district meetings and stuff like that. And the younger generation is not going to be doing that. When they get $1, they're going to put it in their pocket. As simple as that. And the way the economics is today, it's getting pretty tight, to be very honest with you.
Marianne, are you experiencing any of that in L4?
Yes, we are. We've heard a lot of discussions about the cost of being a district governor. The fact is that when you're second and first, I don't want to scare anybody, but you don't have a whole lot of money to work with. It's a lot of money out of your own pocket. And when you get to a district governor, of course, there's more money to be had as far as the traveling and so forth. But I have noticed that some people have stepped up to certain positions and didn't realize what the cost would be. And so I think we do have to be upfront. Our district tries to put some money away for both the second and first to be used for whatever they would like to. We also get money, a little bit of money for the USA Canada Forum. So we're trying to work from a district standpoint for those offices. And then once you get to, you know, like I said, district governor, then international kicks in and some other things kick in. But just getting people to step up to do the second and first is the hard part right now.
Great, thank you, Carl.
Yeah, and Mary Ann hit on that, and especially up here in C2, we're seeing it, especially since with some of the zones that you have, the zone chairman has an hour and a half, 2 hour drive from one club to another. You know, and that's not traffic time. That's just road time. And so it's a lot of gas and a lot of things on those lines. I'm trying to figure out how to budget money for the zone and the regions because they're not willing to put, having a hard time getting them to put the region and zone meetings together because, you know, of the time and the money to get it put together. So.
All right, thank you guys for sharing. We'll be talking more about these kinds of issues. And so if you have questions or you have solutions, feel free to offer them. We finished phase 1. So what's coming up? Oddly enough, phase 2. And phase 2 launched on November 7th. And it's due January 31st. I have to tell you guys, I am so excited. Several of you, and I think we're almost in double digits, have already completed your phase 2 work. The rest of you have already got started, and that is really good. And so the assignments that you're going to have in phase 2, if we laid the foundation in phase 1, phase 2 is going to look at the practical leadership phase. You're going to get a district manual that's going to be really cool. You'll put it away and never use it again. My point to you is remember it. There is so much information packed in that district manual that if you keep it and you refer to it, you'll be so far ahead of the game. We're going to explore new club development. Now, Area 1B, which is my area as an area leader, and basically that comprises Alaska, Oregon, California, Washington, and Hawaii. We're having a new club development workshop on the 20th of November, the 4th of December, and the 18th of December. We have 3 really cool speakers, and what's cool about them is each one of them has a background in new club development. They formed clubs. If you'd like to go to that, you're more than welcome. I will send you the flyer tomorrow so you can get registered, but it's your opportunity to bring your new club development skills to the table and maybe get a head start on forming a new club in your area. You're going to learn about inviting for impact. And that is really, how do you go about recruiting people to your club? You're going to learn something about member satisfaction. How do you keep people satisfied? And then you're going to go into detail in action planning and learning how to do an action plan. And finally, you're going to take a rather interesting course. It's a course that I have to take every year as an area leader, and it's called Working Together in a Respectful Environment. And it really tells you how to work with staff and other people. Does anybody have any comments or questions about what's coming up in phase 2? Okay. Let's move on. How many of you have gone to the district goals resource page at lions.org? Marianne, you have? And Carl has? Very good. And Danielle? Well, we're going to take a field trip, guys. And we're going to go visit district goals. This is your one-stop shop for everything about your district. How many of you know what your district goals are for this year? Carl, Marianne, Myrna, very good. Jeff, that is great. You're going to want to share your goals with your team, just like your district governor has shared their goals for this year with you and your second. As you get to develop your goals, you're going to have a series of goals provided to you called Mission 1.5 goals. And they're going to deal in several areas: membership development, leadership, service, and LCIF. Basically, you will be given from LCI a club goal, as well as a new member goal and a net member goal.
That's what it is.
So they will share that with you later next year. You want to know what you're going to do for developing your leadership within your areas. How many of you today have really strong global leadership coordinators? Dave? Jimmy? Marianne? Myrna, very good. And you'll also want to be able to identify service activities that you're going to do as a district for the year. You're also given, and Manny, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but they're also given an LCIF goal from LCIF. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And one thing I know that's near and dear to Manny's heart, your LCIF coordinator in your district is selected by your area LCIF coordinator, not by the district governor. So you want to work with your area leader for LCIF, and if you need to make changes to your LCIF coordinator. How do you begin? You're going to get trained by area leaders. in the global management approach process. And the global management approach process is a very straightforward, simple approach. You build a team, you build a vision, you create a plan, and you build for success. You implement the plan that you created. And that is, in a nutshell, what GMA is. You will go into it in more detail with your area leader. You have the District Strategic Plan Workbook available here and other resources that you probably want to check out would be the Sample Action Plans booklet. You're going to be asked to do action plans. And then you're going to be asked to bring those action plans to the Mission 1.5 Summit in June, where then they're going to ask you to modify those action plans based on new information that you get while you're there. As you develop your goals, you'll eventually be able to come to this page and access the goals for yourself and other members of your multiple. Does anybody have any questions about this page and the resources available? Yes, Dave.
I have a question about what is the deliverable in the assignment? So when you scroll, I guess, down and you see the assignment, District Strategic Plan Workbook, is it the action plan that we're delivering as the assignment?
It is the goal and the action plan.
Okay.
So you have a goal and then you create the action plan to meet that goal.
And it can be multiple goals if you
Correct.
have them? Okay. Thank
Correct.
you.
Good question. Anyone else? How many of you go look at your progress towards goals at the Lion portal? What I want to do is, can you all see the Lion's Insight here? What you want to do on a regular basis is come to reports in the Lions portal and select Insights District. And that tells you what the goals are for your district. So you can go there now and you can get kicked out and then you can go back in.
Okay. Okay.
There we go. And so we get to see the goals. Now, you want to pick constitutional area, US, and affiliates. Then you want to pick your GAD area, and we're in constitutional area 1. And then the GAT group is going to change. All right. It's going to change depending on who your area leader is. And so in my case, we're in B. And what in B this year, if you look at new clubs, all of B, which is from Alaska down to California and Hawaii, has to come up with 41 clubs. So far, they're at 12. Yes, Michelle.
How do we know what that is, what that subgroup is?
You can either ask me and I can help you locate it, or there is another way. Nope, there isn't another way over here. You can ask me and I can help you locate it for you.
I believe it's in your GAT. When you go to the global action, you see who is your representative. And you would find out.
And okay, if you go to the GAT page at the website.
Yes.
And then you download the GAT roster. You will see where your district falls in to which GAT area. And then that's what the area you'll pick over here.
Okay.
So, I can even go down to the district level. And let's say I want to go down to District 4, multiple District 4. I can see that they have a goal of 26 clubs. They have reached 12, and last year they had 21. So this is a good place to come on a regular basis to get your information. Keep track of your goals. Are there any questions or comments? Yes, Dave.
Could you bring it to a specific district? Like take Jimmy's district, 4C5. Or you could do mine, 4C6. I want to see, because I think I've seen it, but I'm not sure.
Okay, we'll do 4C6.
Yeah, you could do mine. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You have a goal of 1 club, and you form 2.
Okay.
So you're overachievers.
How often is this updated, Mark? Because I think we have 4.
4 clubs?
I think so. We're chartering one 2 weeks from now. We just chartered another one. There's a brand new club, which is a veterans oriented thing.
I will go back. This is usually updated. What's usually updated first is the KPI reports.
Okay.
So if you want almost real-time data, you want to come to here and select KPI metrics. And then choose membership. And we could talk about these in future classes, but this is a drill down report, and this gets updated first. So we're going to go to C6 and see exactly what this says they have.
Oh.
Two new clubs.
Thanks. Yeah, that's funny because I know there are more. All right, I'll check.
All right. Thank you. Any other comments or questions?
Interesting.
Okay, there's a lot of cool things on the website, in the portal. You just have to play and make mistakes and go visit different areas. And then you'll discover all the hidden gems. Okay, let me just move this and let me move that. As you know, we're going to be entering into our final year for Mission 1.5 next year. And so membership growth is really top priority for district teams. And so what they're going to be asking you for is what they're asking you for now. They're asking for you as a second vice district governor to form the club. They're asking you as a first vice district governor to form a club. If you form those clubs, you will get honored by being announced on the stage in Hong Kong. I think we had 2, maybe 3 districts from Area 1B last year that were recognized in Orlando, which was kind of cool. So when you take these classes, focus on the invite for impact. How many of you invite members to your meeting? How many of you invite them to an actual service project?
Don't do that.
There's a greater value when you invite them to the service project, especially when they can get their hands on and do the task. Once again, this is your learning journey, and you have your new set of Phase 2 classes at the Lions Learning Center. You're going to have group webinars. This is our second of 5 group webinars. Our next mandatory one will be in January, but Manny and I are working on one for December, much like the one we held in October, to give you practical information on key aspects of being a district governor. Dave? Did you have your hand up?
No,
or-
I'm sorry, I didn't lower it. My bad.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Things just changed on me. We got approved for our dates for the virtual seminars in February. We'll be meeting on Mondays and Thursdays. And that'll be each week in February. And then we have our DGE seminar happening in Hong Kong in July. How many of you receive from me each week a newsletter? Okay. If it's okay with you, I will include you on the weekly Area 1B newsletter just to let you know what's going on. It's packed with a lot of good information on a regular basis. Most people don't read it each week. They save them for the future, and then they come back and grab something that they found of interest. So I will put you on that distribution list. One of the things I'm trying to do is keep you informed. So as soon as I know something, I let you folks know it. And so if you feel that you're getting too much of that, let me know. But I want you to be well versed, and I want you to feel comfortable in your training as a DGE. The other thing I want to show you is, let me go get it up again. Where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, that's what happens when you use technology. Share screen. Here is the leaderboard. We have earned, we're group 27, and we've earned, no, we're group 26.
No, we're group 26.
And we've earned 175 points. The top group has 247 points. But we're doing quite well along with everyone else. So if we get all of our work done on Phase 2, we'll get another bag of seeds. And I am fighting for every seed there were some errors in the seedlings, and I went and talked to the farmer, and we got our seedlings corrected. So you have all the seeds that you've earned. What questions do you folks have for me? Or in general about your training? Let me ask you something else. You have an opportunity here. You have an international director who is here and can listen to you and what your issues are. Is there anybody that wants to share something with the international director? Dave.
Oh yeah, she's in my district. Actually, her car was parked in my driveway for about a month. And I actually washed it before you got it because we had tree sap all over the place. So I'm really concerned about district governors creating directories and the amount of time it takes to do it. And I would love to see some kind of auto magical solution where LCI selects a publishing tool and then populates the tool with like all the members, maybe organize it by club, give the flexibility to select it, and then space using that tool to drop in, you know, the bios of the district leaders, that kind of thing. So I asked, the rest of you don't know her, but our previous cabinet secretary, who's a program manager for NVIDIA, to estimate how many hours she spent putting it together. And she said it was around 240 hours. Well, if you multiply that by what, 750 directors? Sorry, 750 district governors around the world, that's 187,000 hours of time that's going into putting together a directory, which may or may not get used. It probably does get used, but that time could go into new service projects. It could go into recruiting members, building clubs. And it just seems since we transitioned over to Salesforce that we have an opportunity. There must be a company out there to be able to publish data. Or in our district, you know, we have Chris Heine, who's written scripts to do it. So it would just be great. It would save so much time. That's my biggest fear about being a district governor. Everyone gets mad at you because you know, where is the directory? And you spend all this time doing it and you're not like recruiting for new clubs or you're not building your team, you know, you're doing that for 2 or 3 months. So that would be my comment.
Thank you for sharing. Does anybody have a directory solution? Manny? Manny, you had your hand up?
Yeah, it was actually for another topic, but it is a good point of having some kind of a unified database or access where you could just click what you need and then spit out either an Excel file or something that they can format into that, because a lot of time is taken up for the directories. But I had something else on a different topic later.
Okay. Why don't you go for it now?
How many have finished their travel? Because I believe we got dates coming up. Is that correct, Mark?
That is correct. We have to get our travel done by January.
Oh.
I believe that in this group, we have 9 people that have completed their travel plans.
And they can put it, they can put it in, at least put the information in and update it later. As long as they get the basics in there, you can go back and change it. So if you have somebody, you know, you're working on your passport or you're gonna change your companion or something, that's okay. Just get the basics in there.
Good advice. Good advice.
I had a
Michelle?
question. Yeah. So my question is, I did go in to attempt to do it, and I'm in the process of updating my passport, and it wouldn't let me submit it. I had already mailed my passport application in for renewal, so I don't have my passport number, and it wouldn't let me submit it without it. So I'm assuming I'm stuck till I get it back, which should be in the next couple of weeks, but I was a little frustrated by that.
And I
Yeah,
believe
that, go on.